Hey, Skinny.
My name's Samson.
Water and rub down my horse and give him some. You got some sack oats?
Time that hitch ring there. I'll take care of him.
Maybe you didn't understand me. I said I wanted my horse taken care of.
You don't need to rough him up, mister. He would have taken care of your horse.
Oh.
Didn't think he wouldn't. When seems to be the problem. Now take the saddle off of him, and we can have some more fun.
Yes, sir.
Sheriff?
Yeah?
The stranger down at Eaton's giving Samson some trouble. You better get down or he's a pretty tough-looking hombre. It could get real mean.
All right. Back after a while, Jim.
Go on, Samson, bend it.
I can't, mister. No how.
Well, your name is Samson, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Well, then bend it. That's it. That's it. You can see it bend.
I ain't gonna try no more.
Pick it up.
No, sir.
Do like I tell you.
Leave it be.
Back out, mister. Pick it up, Samson.
Leave it.
I told you to back out. If I were you, I'd mind my own business.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Minding my business.
Who is he, Sheriff?
I don't know, Samson.
Whiskey.
Something for you, Sheriff?
Sheriff! Sheriff Brandon, I gotta talk to you. There's something going on in this town you ought to know about.
Wait a minute. If you want to talk, I'll be in my office.
Did you get out there?
Yes, sir, that I did.
And you saw what I told you about.
I did.
Now do you believe me?
I certainly do. Of course, I didn't get a close view, you understand?
Well, as long as you know, isn't that enough?
I'm very glad you brought this to my attention, Mr. Riley. I'll follow your suggestions step by step.
What's on your mind, Hardy?
A matter of common decency. You heard right, Carl. Common decency. It's been brought to my attention, and as city attorney, I feel it best to anticipate and prevent it.
Now, why would the city attorney want to prevent common decency?
I'm not joking, Carl. This is very serious. Ralph Carpenter has poised a problem directly at us.
Ralph?
Come now, Carl. That Indian girl he has out there on the ranch.
If there's an Indian girl in his place, she's hired help. That's no problem.
Hired, Carl. She's our problem, and you know it.
Are you serious, Hardy?
Why, it's the morality of the thing, the effect it'll have.
Listen, I got enough problems in this job without inviting them. You're new out here. This is not the East. If I were you, I wouldn't let Ralph Carpenter hear me talking like that. Men out here are apt to fight quicker, and they'll talk something out.
It's a good thing it isn't the East. Where I come from, we'd have run Carpenter out of the country overnight.
All right, this is not where you come from. I don't know why you're trying to make something out of this, but let me tell you something. You go around butting your nose in other people's affairs like you're doing now, you're going to wind up full of holes. Remember that, Hardy. People will not stand for it.
Confound it, Carl. I'm told this girl is just 16.
16 or 60, it's no one's business. If she's on his place, you can believe that she's hired help. And to my knowledge, that's not a violation.
Carl, why, this is creating a furor all over town. Young girls on the roads won't be safe.
Oh, talk sense, will you, Hardy? If you want to start a reform program, why don't you go over to Riley's Whitsett house? That ought to keep you busy for a year. He won't even drink the stuff he sells.
I'm not reforming anything. I'm an attorney, not a preacher.
Well, I'm glad we got that point cleared up.
You won't even speak to him?
That's right.
All right, Carl. You're quite settled in your mind about this.
What do I have to do, hit you over the head with it? I wouldn't go near Ralph with that story, and let me tell you something, lawyer. You'd better do the same, only you stay further away.
Well, Carl, the 4 o'clock stage today from Wagon Mound, Mrs. Carpenter will be on it.
Goodbye, Hardy.
From home, aren't you?
Yeah. Sure is hot.
Yeah.
Been doing any riding?
No. Too early to start gathering yet, Carl.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Thanks.
Have a chair, Carl.
Thanks, Ralph. Wow. Heard from Teresa?
No. No, I haven't.
You knew that she was doing on the 4 o'clock stage today, didn't you?
As a matter of fact, I didn't, Carl. Didn't you know why she went away?
We haven't been getting along for quite some time. That's why she went to visit her family. This doesn't come as a complete surprise to you, does it?
Well,
You're still in love with her, aren't you, Carl? With Teresa. You love her, don't you?
Well, it's a little warm for coffee. Don't mind.
How did you happen to know she was coming in on the 4 o'clock stage?
Oh, word gets around. I guess they sent a passenger list ahead. Well, I guess I better be getting back to town, Ralph.
All right, Carl. Thanks for dropping by. Carl.
Yeah?
You might pass word around town that if I hear any talk from anybody about me and an Indian girl, well, I'm sure you know what I mean, Carl.
Another bourbon. Thanks.
And so then I ran into a little trouble. But don't worry, you'll have it.
Yeah. When?
And plenty of time for your herd.
2 days.
2 days? You mean you got that herd running already?
When you steal Riley, you go by a timetable. You've already had enough time.
All right, what do you expect me to do when a man doesn't want to sell? Just gun him and take his ranch?
Just keep up your end of the bargain. And get me clear passage to Hell's Canyon. I don't care what you do. I just don't want anybody around when those cattle come down.
Don't worry, you'll get clear passage. There won't be anybody on that property. I'll see to it. As long as Carl Brandon and Carpenter are old friends, I think I can come up with something to discredit the local lawman. At least enough to keep them out of our operation.
I want that ranch in 2 days, Riley.
I told you you'll get it. Don't forget, I got a stake in this, too. But I don't want any trouble. You almost started some the minute you got in town.
Never mind what I do.
Just remember, no gunplay.
Not for a couple of days, anyhow.
You went out there, I see. I guess you didn't hear me, Sheriff. You went out there, I see.
And just how did you see?
I saw you ride out toward Hell's Canyon after I left you.
You got something to say, get it said, and then get out of here, will you?
We gotta act like grown men, Carl.
All right. I went out there.
How old is she?
If you haven't got anything better to do or something else on your mind, will you get out of here?
I see. You're not planning to take a hand in this.
That's right.
But I shall.
On what grounds?
On the grounds that it's detrimental to Rock River's standards of conduct.
Oh, standards of conduct.
Don't laugh.
Why are you trying to put Ralph in such a bad light? There's no problem out there.
There was a meeting, Sheriff. Action was authorized by the town council against Ralph Carpenter as a definite threat to the community's morals.
Do you mean to stand there and tell me that Harold Lester and the others got out a complaint against Ralph?
Correct. And as soon as I pick it up, I'll take action.
So, out of the clear blue sky, the city fathers decide that Rock River's morals are slipshod, huh? Let me tell you something, lawyer. You bring that paper to serve on Ralph around to me, and so help me. The town council will have this badge the minute you bring it in.
I understand he's an old friend of yours.
How'd this get started? What's it all about, Hardy?
Why, all of a sudden, the ladies' committee went en masse to the council hall. They made such a scene that Harold had to call a special meeting right then and there. That's about all there was to it.
Hardy, I'm going to give you one last warning. You're making something here that's going to cause more trouble than a range war.
Not without ample reason.
Harold. Oh, Carl. Wait a minute. What's crawled into that muscle-bound brain of yours to let that committee stampede you into this thing?
No, wait a minute, Carl. It was all Hardy's doing. He had it all down in black and white, all legal and such.
Listen, don't you know that there isn't a law in this country that allows Hardy to walk in on Ralph and change his way of life?
Well, he had a real good name for what Ralph is doing. It's,
Oh, yeah. Morality.
That's it. He only said it twice. I never got a chance to repeat it to myself. Them women was making so much noise. Hardy's right about this, Carl. Ralph is making a spectacle. Sort of.
You know that you just pulled the cork out of Hardy's mouth, don't you? I want to tell you something. This could be a buzzard's day. You remember that.
Ralph Carpenter! Ralph Carpenter! This is the city attorney. Come out.
Maybe we ought to not.
What's the matter, Hardy? You lost your city manners?
The official nature of my call will not permit me to do any more.
You got something to say it, and clear out.
It's been brought to my attention by the outraged citizens of Rock River.
Oh, stop your jabbering. What do you want?
The town council has authorized a complaint against you.
For what?
There's the reason. You're both a definite threat to the community's morals. Here, take it. Now you take this paper.
I suggest you get out off that horse and make me take it.
Take it. Take it and get rid of this little tramp.
Shut your dirty mouth!
And don't think you're clean in this matter.
I said shut up and get out of here.
Don't you dare threaten the city attorney. Here, give me that gun.
No, Mr.
Give me
Hardy,
that
you
gun.
don't want no gun.
You want in, Samson?
No, sir.
Well, then, get.
Come on, yes, sir.
Sheriff? Thanks.
Hello, Sheriff.
Come in. Oh, hello, Carl. Come on in.
Didn't mean to interrupt anything.
No, I didn't. Sit down. What can I do for you?
I want to talk to you about Hardy.
Yeah, Hardy. You know, I don't know what's getting into that man.
That's why I want to talk to you.
Oh, by the way, this is Doug Sadler.
We met.
Mr. Sadler's setting himself up in the cattle venture here.
Oh?
Hardy, yeah, sure set up a big commotion to me.
Sean, you had a chance to sit on that town council. Why didn't you? You might have prevented this whole thing.
Oh, now let's be practical. I got a business to run out there. I don't need any prestige. It's all anybody joins one of those silly organizations for, you know that. Those poor guys just begging for a little bit of officialdom to be stuck on their back.
Call it whatever you want to. Those four men make the ordinances. If you're too lazy to attend the meetings, you're laying yourself wide open to anything they may decide.
What are you driving at?
Well, you own a bar. Somebody kicked Hardy off on this morality campaign. Who knows how far it'll go?
Oh, sure. Nobody will pay any attention to him.
Well, if it goes much further, we're in trouble. The whole town is. He's well within his legal rights. Anyone who opposes him will find himself in hot water.
That's nonsense.
Mr. Silver! Mr. Silver! I got troubles, real troubles.
Calm down, Sampson. Here, have a drink.
Oh, thank you, no. I never touch it. Where's the sheriff? I gotta find the sheriff.
He's in there.
Oh, thank you. Sheriff, he's dead.
Dead? Who's dead?
Hardy is. Mr. Carpenter shot him.
You come along with me, Sampson. It would appear that Ralph Carpenter took Hardy seriously, wouldn't it?
Well, that certainly worked out a lot better than I figured it. We had nothing to worry about now. Carpenter will have to take off. Carl will have to go after him. No Carpenter. No law.
No, just be sure. I don't want anybody around when we start cutting fences and changing brands. You still got 2 days.
Hardy, he gave me $5 to ride out to the ranch with him. I didn't know he was going to serve this here paper.
Go on.
Well, sir, next thing I knowed, hot words started going between them. Hardy got madder and madder. And then the Indian girl come out of the house. I reckon he must have insulted her, 'cause Mr. Carpenter got real mad. Hardy grabbed my rifle, and then Mr. Carpenter shot him.
Hardy grabbed your rifle, huh?
Yes, sir.
Sampson, you wait right here for me, will you?
You ain't arresting me, are you, Sheriff?
No, I've got to go meet the stage, but I still want to talk to you, so you stay right here.
As long as you ain't arresting me, sir.
No.
Hello, Carl.
Teresa, I've got to talk to you right away.
What is it?
Well, let me tell you about it in the office.
My luggage.
Oh, yeah.
Harold, howdy, Mr. Carpenter.
Good afternoon.
Glad to have you back.
Thank
Would
you.
you look after Mrs. Carpenter's luggage for us? Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you men later.
Hello, Mrs. Carpenter.
Hello, Sampson.
Oh, Sampson. I wonder if you'd wait in there for me.
You gonna lock me up, Sheriff?
No, I just want to talk to Mrs. Carpenter.
Yes, sir.
Sit down, Teresa. Not a very good host.
Did Ralph send you to meet me?
No. Teresa, people make mistakes. All of us do. There's something going on in this town. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but someone got Stephen Hardy all up in arms. The town council passed an ordinance. Hardy went out to serve it on Ralph. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Teresa. Ralph killed him.
What did Ralph do?
The council wanted to serve the paper on him for being immoral.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. The only thing is, there was an Indian girl living on the ranch.
An Indian?
Now, wait a minute. The thing that makes it look bad is you and Ralph are separated. People talk. They don't care whether it's true or not. You know that.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Did he kill Hardy in self-defense?
I don't know that either. Seems that Hardy went for Sampson's rifle. Ralph shot him. It's for a jury to decide. Teresa.
Is she pretty?
Yes, Teresa. Very pretty. Why don't you stay at Mrs. Merrick's boarding house? At least she'll leave you alone for the time being. Good girl. I'll come by the first chance I get. Matt, would you help Mrs. Carpenter along to Merrick's boarding house with her luggage, please?
Just a minute, Sheriff. We came here to have
Matt, do you mind?
Sure.
I'll talk to you later, Mrs. Carpenter.
Good day, gentlemen.
Good day.
Now, look here, Carl.
But,
We
Sheriff...
want to talk.
Yeah. I want to see you, Carl. Yeah, I know. You want to tell me that Hardy was killed by Ralph, right? But you want me to hit the trail.
That's right.
Ralph fired the shot that killed Hardy, but he didn't cause his death. You know that, don't you?
If you're implying I had it...
You're just the same as killed one man and ruined another when you allowed Hardy to get away with this whole thing. Why? I heard a pretty good description of you boys today. You're little men, longing for prestige and finding it in jobs that aren't any more fitted
We
for you
all got jobs to
roping
do.
wild horses, Harold. That's you. From the top of your thick, fat head to the soles of your boots. I'll bring him in. That's my job. But just for the record, you know as well as I do that Hardy wasn't worth one tear from Teresa, not one drop of sweat from Ralph Carpenter. And neither is the man who put him up to it.
Just a second, Carl. Nobody put Hardy up to this. He was a good lawyer doing his job.
I hope to God you, all of you, lose a little sleep over what you've done. Sampson, you wait here for me.
Yes, sir.
Steady, boy. Ralph! Ralph? Ralph. Don't touch it. Irene, let's get up. Put your boots on, Ralph. Nice and easy.
Did you see Teresa, Carl?
I'd rather not talk about it. Don't either one of you make a fool move. I'll shoot. Ralph, come back! You were a fool, Irene. He fights me, he's gonna get killed.
So might you.
If he'd gone back, he might have had a chance.
Spend the rest of his life in prison.
Well, out there, he's gonna die. Might as well stay here till sunup. He can't go far on foot.
Is she pretty?
Huh?
His wife, is she pretty?
She's beautiful.
You're in love with her. Then you must understand. I love Ralph and he loves me. You told me what good friends you were before. Will you let him go? Please.
Let's go. Let's tie up in there.
You want to stay here or go to him?
Irene? Tell him I won't shoot unless he shoots first. Try to make him come in, will you?
Harvey. Oh. Get out, quick. You shouldn't have come here.
I wanted to.
Ralph! Give it up!
Stay here.
Cut it out, Ralph! Drop your gun and come on down.
I'll make it, Carl. Don't you worry.
From the first time I saw you, I loved you with all my heart. And all I've caused you is trouble. You don't understand. Sean Riley sent me to you.
Sean Riley?
I didn't do what Riley wanted me to do. I couldn't. And I know he's the one that sent Hardy after you.
Carl!
Yeah?
I want to... Carl!
Yeah?
Your friend's coming to back you up?
Ralph, don't be a fool. Toss down your gun.
You can't keep that mob off of me, and you know it.
Hold it! This is Sheriff Brandon. Ralph, hold your fire till I talk to him.
You got to get out of here, Ivory. It's a lynch mob, believe me. All right, get going. Hurry up. Go on.
What are you men doing here? Who authorized you to form a posse?
We're just doing our duty as citizens.
What duty?
To see that you uphold the law.
I suppose you Woodson House boys are outraged citizens, too, huh? Mount up and move out. I'll uphold the law.
Will you, Carl? He's your friend.
How about it, Carl?
Back it up. Who made you judges? Who gave you the right to take the law into your own hands? Answer me! Roberts, Bradford, and Thompson. It's your hardware up on the bar top. You're all under arrest.
Now, wait a minute, Carl.
Shut up, Riley.
You intend bringing in the whole posse?
Lynch mob, not posse. And I intend doing just that. Starting with these three.
I wouldn't be hasty and make a mistake if I were you. These men did just what the rest of the townsmen did.
You condoning what they did?
You didn't get Carpenter, the posse did. They finished what you started out to do. There was no crime committed.
These men have not been deputized. Hanging Carpenter was murder. Now either butt out Riley or you can join him.
You ain't taking me in.
Don't be a fool, Roberts. Go with him. He can't do anything to you.
Put your gun. Now, Bradford. Thompson. What's it gonna be with you?
You can't get away with this, Carl.
Shut up, Riley. One more word out of you and I'll take you in with him. I'll put your guns up. Nice and easy. Silver, stow 'em or sell 'em or do whatever you want to with them. Because they won't be needing them.
Yes, sir.
Move. Oh!
Where's Roberts?
Go on, you know the way. Samson.
Yes, sir.
Use that if you have to. Samson, you want to go to work for me?
I sure do, Sheriff.
Now you're working for me.
What do you know?
Don't let anybody come through that door, deputy.
Over my dead body, Sheriff. Over my dead body?
Complicated, but safe and sure, huh?
You're real funny.
Yeah. You got yourself a bull by the tail. Sending that Indian girl out to the ranch was real dumb.
What are you squawking about? You got your ranch, didn't you?
Yeah. What about the Carpenter woman?
We was doing our duty.
You got no right to do this to us.
Oh, tell it to the Whistle House
You get
boys,
away
will
with
you?
this, Carl.
Samson, go lock him up.
Yes, sir.
Oh, come in.
Right.
Sit yourself down right there, Carl Brandon, and I'll fetch Teresa for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, here, give me that thing. You know, she's got a lot of spunk. What with a lot of nosy busybodies coming in wanting to make chatter with me just to take a peep at her. But don't you think for 1 minute I tolerate their nonsense. Oh, sir, I turn the wrath of Merrick on them. Oh, Sheriff, you be good to her. She's a fine woman.
Yes, ma'am. I know.
I believe you do.
Hello, Carl.
Teresa?
I've heard about it. There's nothing to say. He's dead. It's all over.
I sent for the circuit judge. He'll be tried tomorrow afternoon.
Mrs. Merrick tells me you have half the town upset and the other half in jail.
They took the law in their own hands. That's a crime that can't go unanswered.
But I wish you wouldn't be the one to stand up against the whole town.
Can't help but think there's something behind this. Complaint against Ralph. Hardy being so eager to serve it, and that lynch mob.
I can't help but think how the three of us were a few years back. Whoever would have thought it would turn out like this?
Teresa,
Carl?
I wish it had turned out differently. I know. What are you going to do now?
I don't know. I guess I'll go back to the ranch. At least for a few days.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. It'll be pretty uncomfortable for you here. I'll send for you if I need you for the trial or anything.
All right.
Well, I guess better get back to the jail. Can't very well watch it from here, can I?
You be careful.
Yeah, I'll do that. What do you want, City Father? Well?
Frankly, Carl, you gotta let those men loose. You hear me, Carl?
You gotta turn them loose.
Now, you boys, hush up in there.
You ashamed yourself, Samson.
You gotta turn them loose, Carl. Listen, I was elected to this job, and I'm doing it. Those men are accessories to murder, and tomorrow they're going to be tried before a circuit judge for that murder.
You sent for a circuit judge?
That's right, and the loan of a deputy, just in case those townspeople want their friends out of here.
Now, Carl, you shouldn't have done that. Those posse men...
Lynchers, Harold. Get the word right, will you? Lynchers.
Well, you were Carpenter's friend, and folks around town wondered...
Wondered what, Harold?
Well, if you do your duty.
I did, didn't I?
Oh, let's think this thing out, Carl. We don't have to keep those men in jail. Let's forget what happened.
Not on your life. Somehow, some way, I'm going to find out what's going on in this town. I'll get to the bottom of this mess.
Carl, if you don't let those men out, I'll take the keys and do it myself.
Yeah. You do that, Harold. You got a choice. You can get yourself killed, join them, or back down. What'll it be?
Oh, doggone it, Carl. What am I gonna do? The whole town's up in arms. The council had a meeting and voted those men out of jail.
And what if I refused? What did they vote about that?
The town wants those men out. That's all I know.
Tell you what you do, Harold. You go round up the town council. Bring them over here.
Well, what do you have in mind?
Got an idea. Maybe I can solve this whole thing.
Fine. Fine. I'll bring him back. Carl, I knew you'd come through.
Yeah, sure. Deputy?
Yes, sir?
Pull up a chair. I got a job for you.
Yes, sir.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're all here. What you have in mind, Carl?
Do like I do.
That's it.
By the power vested in me by the city of Rock River, you are duly authorized to uphold the law.
Oh, wait a minute, Carl. We came here and...
Sampson?
Yes, sir.
Sit down, all of you.
Go on.
Take a chair. I don't think the people of Rock River are going to tackle the town council and the sheriff, all duly sworn to uphold the law and armed to do so.
Now, look here,
Shut up, you, and sit down. Here. Men brought us all quite a headache today, especially you, and I'm not going to forget it. In the interests of law and order, you men are going to see to it that the townspeople don't do anything foolish.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
We don't have to take this.
Don't try to run out on me. Because I've got the right to shoot you. And I'll do it. Now sit down and relax. And keep your ears open. We'll be ready for it.
Carpenter? Mrs. Carpenter? I don't imagine Mrs. Carpenter's in. Do you, half-breed? Just what are you doing here? Did you come to make amends to the wife? Or did you come to meet Ralph? Ralph isn't coming, Irene. He's dead. Dead from swinging on a tree.
What about Mrs. Carpenter?
Obviously, she's not here, or the half-breed wouldn't be. That's for a job you didn't do.
Open up! Open the door, we'll break it down.
Clear out. make this any worse by obstructing the law.
Either you open that door or we'll blow the wall off.
Clear out, soldier! That's an order!
We've come for those men!
They hung a murderer, and that ain't no crime.
Let them out!
There are 6 armed men in here. You break that door down, and there are at least 6 of you that won't see tomorrow. Now get!
Who you got in there?
The city fathers, deputized and armed, ready and waiting for you.
You're lying.
Harold, call out your name, loud, and each one of you follow suit.
This is Harold Lesser.
Matt Harper.
Jackson McCready.
Frank Townsend.
This is Sampson. Now you all clear out of there.
You get out of there, Lesser. All of you. The sheriff's got innocent men jailed.
You force a fight and I'll arrest every one of you. Have you tried when the circuit judge gets here? Now, shooters, shut up! Sampson. You wanted prestige, Harold. Go out and show him your badge. Go on.
We better do like the sheriff says, boys. Go on home.
Well, that's it for now. Now you've learned right from wrong.
Well, right or wrong, Carl, I admire your guts. I hope you're right this time.
Thanks, Matt. If I'm wrong, the judge will tell me. If I'm right, you'll all have been right for a change. I'll get out there and try to keep the peace until the judge gets here. I'll relieve you of those badges as soon as it's safe. Well, Sampson, you want to be a sheriff someday?
Not unless I was you and you was me.
Want to stay the night?
I'm deputized, ain't I?
That's right. Right now, you're deputized to go make some coffee.
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Sean. Sean Riley.
Riley? What about Riley?
One more such outbreak, and I'll fine everyone in this room $50. Now sit down, all of you. I've read the testimony of the witness and of the sheriff. Do any of you have anything to say?
Your Honor?
Go ahead.
We only did what we thought Sheriff Brandon wouldn't do.
That's right, sir. He was friends with the man. We didn't know.
Yet you took the law into your own hands. You restrained the authority of the law, and you lynched a man, not yet convicted. There's no more for this court to witness. No more testimony. Sentence will be passed. The prisoners will stand. Turn around. Face the people in this room. Overhead, turn around. For the crimes you men have committed and been found guilty of, you shall all serve 3 years in prison. Order! It's a pity that the jurisdiction of this court does not encompass the guilty ones who now sit in front of the prisoners. Those of you who mentally and verbally urge them on to do your bidding. Those of you who are so willing to purge your community of 2 so-called immoral people, and in so doing let loose death and lawlessness. This court wants the prisoners to look at the faces of the people before them. Remember them well. They are the faces of those who are narrow-minded, of people who feel they have the right to criticize others, even though they themselves are as guilty as you who took part in this murder. You are serving their terms, for they are as guilty as you. Everyone in this room should feel proud today. The town of Rock River is on the map. Big black, speaking very poorly for the civilized frontier of the West. This court is dismissed.
Hold it, Sheriff. Don't move.
Show yourself.
Not just yet.
Riley, you hear me?
He just ain't listening, Sheriff.
You're in this too, Sadler. Both of you. Now come out. Riley?
I got nothing to talk to you about, Carl.
I want you for murder.
You're talking crazy.
There's a dead Indian girl with your whip cuts on her. And your bullets, Sadler.
You just haven't got a chance, Sheriff. Because I got a bullet here for you.
I'm waiting.
2 guns, Sheriff.
3. I'm ready.
Carl. Carl. Crazy fool.